Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Eden's Realm, episode 45, if I'm not mistaken. So, what are we doing in the Nether? And not only in the Nether, but 6,600 blocks out. We are at a new Nether fortress, and this is a special Nether fortress because it has a quad intersection right here in the middle. And this is super useful for making really fast wither skeleton farms. Sorry, words are hard. So, we're going to need this to make a really fast wither skeleton farm. But, first of all, we need to do a little bit of work spawn-proofing this area. Well, not only a little bit of work, it's going to be a lot of work. I need to go to a creative world and show you guys kind of what the plan is for the farm. I've been working on it in creative a little bit the past couple of days, and I think I have a good idea of what I want. I flew over the top of the nether all the way here, and then I just blasted a hole through the nether roof, similar to what we did back over at the gold farm. And we're also going to have to spawn-proof this area, similar to the gold farm. But because my AFK spot is going to be somewhere right about in here, we're going to need a massive area spawn-proofed. So it's going to be over a 250 by 250 square. So I'm gonna get started working on that, and then we shall see how it goes. But let's hop over into the creative world where I'm testing all this out, and I'll show you kind of what the plan is. So this seed is a copy of Eden's Realm, and I just used mods to clear out a massive area and make it spawn proof so that we don't have any issues with it. But we can come over here. This is the type of design we're going for at this farm. So you need 3 layers. You can fit 3 layers into the crossroads area, and that allows the wither skeletons enough room to walk around and pathfind, because obviously they don't fit if you have another block here. So we have 3 layers squeezed into the crossroads. And then we need soul sand or soul soil with the wither rose on top. If you don't have the wither rose on top, anything can spawn, like blaze or anything like that. So you only want wither skeleton spawning. Blazes spawning are not good because they don't pathfind to piglins, which is what we're using to attract them. So what we're doing is you have a piglin in the middle, and then I was messing around with some ideas, but you make them have line of sight to the piglins, and then they'll run towards the piglins with the trapdoor trick here and fall down. There is some powdered snow with carpet on top so that they don't take fall damage, or they're at least not supposed to. Sometimes they still do. It's a little bit odd. It's really difficult to make sure that they don't get any fall damage. But they run over here where the slime block pusher pushes them. Oh, I guess I'm not 3 tall. But it'll push them down this way, where we will have the AFK killing chamber. We're gonna we won't just let them fall to their deaths. We'll stop them at about 1 or 2 HP and kill them with a sword so that we can get their skulls, because that's why you really want wither skeletons. I need to figure out the sorting system for that. But as you can see, I am missing some piglins, and that is not a coincidence. The piglins die whenever they are in this chamber here, and sometimes they'll die in this chamber. We can actually do the data get command on this guy. And you can see, oh, that's the wrong button. You can see, looking at health right here, he only has 4 health. Most piglins are supposed to have 16, like this guy up here. If I get rid of it. They start with 16 health, and this guy, what that means is he has been hit by a wither skeleton. And so eventually this guy will die as well. And that is a problem because obviously we need the piglins to attract them. I was trying out some different designs, trying to get it to work if they would come from like a different angle or something similar. Tried out a ton of different designs, and I settled on this one here. It's not as elegant as the other ones. I wanted a smaller drop chute, but this gives us space where, because of these trapdoors are open, they're not closed like this, the skeletons can't fall through here, so they don't fit in the two wide gaps, and it allows the piglins to be safe from the wither skeletons as they come charging in, but also it still allows them to get attracted. So this is what we want. I need to copy it over to all four corners. The crossroads are a 19 by 19 area centered on different parts of the nether fortress, and wither skeletons will spawn here more frequently, and most importantly, they will spawn on blocks that are not nether brick. So I was testing out the piglin range down here to make sure that we have enough area for the wither skeletons to pathfind, and I think I need to have this block. It is, well, actually it looks like I was wrong. They can pathfind from here, but this block you see here, he doesn't pathfind. So we don't want it to be any farther than that. But luckily, we can just do 4 drop chutes on top, and that covers the entire area. It's not 100% space efficient because a few mobs that are like right here won't pathfind as quickly to the center than like mobs that spawn, say, here. They'll have a much faster drop, but I think it's still pretty good. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what a wither skeleton farm is going to look like, and you get a good idea of how much work is going to have to be put into this. But I'm going to go back into Eden's Realm and start working on the survival side of it. And a lot of work has certainly been done here in Eden's Realm. I have cleared out most of this top section here, full of blocks and netherrack and stuff, and I've started slabbing just about everywhere. I've mapped out the area where the farm is going to go, so it'll go right in here. This is where the crossroads are. So everywhere else, I've been taking stone slabs and placing it on just about everything. It's gonna take me quite a while. It's a lot of blocks to place, but I think we are getting there. And you may be wondering, well, why am I clearing out this area here? From the top block down to the bottom of the world, it checks for spawning area. And so if you lower the top blocks up here so that the highest block is the top block of the wither skeleton farm, the spawn rates will be much faster. It's exponential, and it's enough that it's worth me doing it. But there's bedrock up above. How are we going to move that? I'm not going to go in and remove every single piece like I did for the one over here. That would be pretty bad. We can actually, for interest's sakes, if I move this up above bedrock level down below, so it's just the bedrock up above, we analyze the area, there is roughly 4,000 bedrock up above me. We're not going to be able to remove that by hand. We could, in theory, but it's not going to happen. So what are we going to do? Well, there are redstone machines for that. Of course there are. I searched online and I found one that seems like it's going to work well. I'm uncertain, that's the nice way of putting it, of who actually created it or came up with the idea of it, because I think I found 3 different YouTube videos with links to world downloads and Lightmatic files of it, and none of them looked like they actually built the machine. They looked like they copied the machine and then pasted it in to their world and made a video on it. So I'm not certain who to give the credit to, but I will show you what it looks like. It's pretty cool, and I'll try to give you a really brief rundown on it. I won't go into too much detail because, first of all, I don't understand it, and second of all, it's really complicated, and if I go into too much detail, I will spend the next 20 minutes talking about it, because it's super interesting and super cool. I love it. But I'm going to show you guys that in my redstone world, and then I'm actually going to go back and we're going to get the redstone supplies for it, because I don't have it here. I need to drop off some of this stuff. But I'm going to grab the redstone supplies, words are hard, and bring it all back, and then we'll build it up here. And this is the machine. So it looks pretty complicated, And in truth, it really is. There's a little bit of redstone going on up here with this button powered TNT here. With it's a normal TNT duper, and then this is all just stuff to send it back. But the real magic happens here, where these pistons are similar to the ones that I would place whenever like I would break bedrock here. What I'd do is I'd have a block here, and then I'd place it facing downward, and it'd get like that, and then it'd get blown up in the same tick that it's powered, and in doing so, it would break this bedrock down below. So that's what these pistons do. But how does it work? Well, all of this I'm a little bit uncertain about. Its timing and movement of blocks and such, but I can undo that, and then we will be able to get in here and kind of see what is happening. So you see like this, it's blowing it up, and then these pistons right in here get moved in, and they break the block. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. So the TNT starts coming down, it gets aligned perfectly, and what is happening is we're creating headless pistons. These are pistons that are bugged out so that their heads, or the piston heads here, are gone from the world, but the body still remains. It's more complicated than that, but that's kind of the general idea. And then, so these get extended to this block here in the middle, and then they're blown up, creating headless pistons. And then the magic starts happening back here with the bedrock breaking. So the piston from here gets moved in via redstone blocks, etc., and gets put into this position here, where this piston here, the sticky piston, gets updated, and it pushes it into this block here, where it is then powered, which causes some other magic to happen, and then it pushes down, but it doesn't realize that there's bedrock there, and it breaks the bedrock. It's super weird, but you can see it works flawlessly. There's no issues with it, and yeah. What's also really cool is it'll go on infinitely as long as I have pistons back here to feed it in. And to stop it, all I have to do is come over here, place a redstone block there, and whenever it returns, it will stop. Alrighty, math class is in session. Are you ready? If we want to break one block on the lowest layer of the bedrock layer on top of the nether roof, we need to go 4 blocks for each layer in this direction, 9 in that direction, 2 in this direction, and 8 in that direction. There's 5 layers, so that means for the entire square to get a 38 by 38 open area on the nether roof, we need to make a 106 by 62 wide starter. So that's going to be roughly 6,572 blocks broken on the top nether roof, which means we need 6,572 pistons to do it. Subsequently, we have 4,000, roughly 5,000, 3,600, 2,300, and 1,444 pistons to break on the following layers. And this will give us a 38 by 38 on the bottom layer. In total, if we add these all together, 17,676 pistons will be needed. And that roughly equilibrates? I don't know, words are hard. My brain is filled with numbers right now. Roughly 10.22 shulker boxes. So 11 shulker boxes to be sure, and we'll go 1 extra block in each direction just to make 100% certain that we're going to get it all, because I don't want to have to do this again. So 11 shulker boxes worth of pistons. I have a lot of resources, but I do not have that many in my storage system right now. AFK time it is. So I spent some time AFKing, and I've AFK'd a lot here at my cobblestone farm. we should have quite a bit of cobblestone here. I added some more chests, and yep, looks like we are completely full, which is awesome. It's good to see. I also put some bots at my witch farm and at the iron farm, so I need to go and check and see how much loot we got there. But I'm going to clear out all this cobblestone. We're going to need it all because some of it will be smelted into slabs so that we can continue slabbing up the area over at the farm. And also we will need a whole lot of it to craft a bunch of pistons. But hopefully this should be good enough and we will be able to make everything. So while we have all of the cobblestone and wood that we need, 42 shulker boxes worth of cobblestone and 8 shulker boxes worth of wood, the redstone and iron are not looking great. We need about, I did the math here, 2 shulker boxes, or yeah, about 1 and a little shulker box of each, and we did not get that. So I think what I will do, well, we actually might have enough redstone and iron to supplement it from our storage system here. But what I think I will do is I'm going to craft up as much stuff as I can, and we will go from there, seeing how many pistons we have. My hope is that I can get at least 4 shulker boxes worth. And I think if we get 4 shulker boxes, we should have enough to do the first layer. But I'm going to get crafting, and we'll see where we get. So it took me about 20 minutes to craft all of that up, and we got 4 shulker boxes worth. Pretty good. And then also I grabbed 2 boxes of cobblestone so that we can make those cobblestone slabs and some stone. So we should be ready to go. I have some extra slime in here, some sticky pistons and observers, and then my normal redstone supplies. So I think that we are going to be good. If I have to come back for anything, it's not going to be good. But I need to go into a creative world and practice setting up the TNT duper before we get started building the entire thing, because I don't want to build it and have it all blow up on me. So while I get ready to practice that, let's head over to the Wither Skeleton farm. And we are finally done. I think that that piston is the last one that I need to place to get this first row of bedrock done. So I decided to extend all of the corners by 2 blocks in all 4 directions, just to be safe and make sure that we get enough bedrock broken. But what I didn't do is account for how many more pistons that was going to take. So I've had to kind of run along and collect the scraps that have shown up whenever they blow up, because they don't always get destroyed, and so I've been able to collect some as I go along and fill in the gaps farther on down. I also ran out of cobblestone slabs, and I had to use stone ones that I was planning to use down below. But luckily I had them, so I haven't had to go back to the main base yet. But I think I am at a position now where I can just stop and go ahead and AFK the rest of this. I have all of the pistons in place and all of the slabs in place. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down our little shaft here, and I will just go ahead and AFK for the rest of this. I have a redstone block in place right over here. Pretty sure this is lined up with that. I'm going to keep an eye on my computer while I AFK just to be certain and make sure nothing gets blown up. But I think it's going to be good. That is where we are going to end today's episode, but I do have one more announcement. I am planning on streaming this afternoon, well actually it'll be roughly evening, at 4:30 Eastern Time, Eastern American Time. And so this will come out on, shoot, what's the date? It'll come out on the 15th, and I'm planning on streaming tonight at 4:30 Eastern. So if you'd like to join me, I'll be over on YouTube, not on Twitch, but I'm going to stream here on YouTube. So come join me if you'd like, 4:30 Eastern, and I'll see you there. I'm planning on doing a lot of slashing. Hopefully we will have everything we need. But I'm going to box myself in here and get to hiding away, I suppose. But thank you very much for watching. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next episode, or on the stream. Take care, have a good day. Bye-bye.